According to some surveys, up to 80% of college students procrastinate. So, how do we stop it? Steele is a researcher who has looked closely at procrastination and he identifies four major components: expectancy, value, impulsiveness, and delay. Let's look into these terms. Expectancy is the degree at which you think you'll be able to succeed at the task at hand. If you are confident you'll be able to do it, you have a high expectancy. Value is how important you think a task is. Impulsiveness is the degree to which you can be distracted from the task at hand. Delay is the amount of time you have to wait until you get to see results or get feedback on your actions. Some things are immediate, some things are not. You should notice that these variables are task specific and unique to you. Why does that matter? Because if you take the time to understand where your procrastination is coming from for any particular task, you can take steps to stop it. Now let's look at that equation. Notice that there's a numerator, the top number, and a denominator, the bottom number. This equation tells you how likely you are to complete a task. So a bigger number is better. To get a bigger number, you want a higher numerator and a lower denominator. You want to have high expectancy and value, and you want to have low impulsiveness and delay. Let's now break it down step by step, starting with expectancy, which, as a reminder, is how confident you are to achieve a task. Think about what kinds of similar assignments you have had. If you have done something similar in the past, chances are you can do it again. What supports are available to you? Even if you don't always use them, knowing that you have resources can help you gain confidence. Lastly, how can you break this down into smaller, manageable parts? Sometimes it's the final product that is overwhelming. We have a great guide to breaking down a project on our YouTube channel, and it will be linked in the description below. But in brief, let's say you had a 20-page paper. By breaking it down into parts like establishing a thesis statement, researching, creating an outline, and writing a draft, it can make the assignment much more manageable. Remember that value is how important you think a task is. You want to increase value. Sometimes it can be hard to see, especially when there's so many things you are asked to do as a student. Nonetheless, you can find value if you look carefully. Start asking yourself, how much is this worth to my grade? Now keep in mind that small assignments add up. How does this help you improve as a student? How does this help you grow as a professional? Lastly, how will this set you up for other assignments and courses? Decrease your impulsiveness. Firstly, remove all the distractions, including your phone. Shut off alerts, be deliberate about your study space, and get everything together, including snacks so you don't have an opportunity to be distracted or to find an excuse to do something else. You also want to try your best to decrease your sensitivity to delays. Now remember that this is something that you don't have as much control over, but if you study or work with a peer or tutor, you can often get some feedback on your performance. It is really important to know yourself to do those things. So, when do you tend to procrastinate? On what tasks do you tend to procrastinate? Which parts of the equation can you target? What is your method of procrastination? What do you do to procrastinate? Do you accurately estimate how long tasks take? Some general tips to help you not procrastinate is to first break things down into smaller tasks with deadlines. Keep in mind also that planners are not the same thing as calendars. Planners account for how you're going to be spending your time during the day, where you need to be, how much time you will be studying, and how much time you are going to be working on X, Y, and Z project. While a calendar is really more to just list your due dates and long term planning. And beyond this, don't forget to get help. There's a number of apps out there that can help you keep track and remind you. You can also use apps to track progress toward a particular goal. You can find a friend in class and keep each other on top of assignments. And of course, come to the ARC in Tower Hall N316. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.